Hey everyone, welcome to A Great Alternative. Today I'm back. I'm here for my second year of earnings on Pom5. What have I earned? What have I learned? And would I recommend that you do it? Let's get started. Yes, I'm back. I did my first year of sales last year. Same shirt, same caravan, same seat. I thought I'm gonna reminisce and go back and basically follow a similar format to what I did last year. I will add a couple of things. For example, I'm gonna go through stats because I didn't do that last time and I think I've got a good amount of data now to kind of go through stats. And I'm gonna go through some top tips from yourselves. In the other videos that I've done, there's been some brilliant comments and tips that I think is important to share. So if you stick around to the end, we'll go through them. First of all, why do I do it? Probably like yourselves, I started in 2020, didn't have much else to do, was stuck at home, thought, how can I make a bit of extra money from home? I'm a videographer, I do it as a job, I've done it for about 10 years, so I had a whole bunch of stuff backed up, but also I was like, oh, I need a reason to just get out to the house by myself in nature and just shoot something and hopefully try and make some money from it. One of the potential ideas that I had, because there's top tip number one, have as many fingers in different pies as possible. This is just one. So if you didn't know, quick side note, this channel is about myself and my wife Alicia moving to Wales, starting a homestead, and as part of that we need to have lots of different passive incomes and also ways that they all kind of work together, that certain things you have a byproduct from that and then that helps you in a certain area. This is a prime example of that. I shoot stuff, I'm really interested in meeting new people, learning new crafts. I often do stuff where it's kind of like a bartering system that they give me advice or products and in return I do video, but also as a byproduct of that I have beautiful stock footage that I can add to Pom5 and hopefully make a little bit of money. With permissions, obviously. But overall, that's what this started out as. It started out as just a way of me trying to make a little bit of extra money, a way of me kind of keeping my sanity because I love making films. So it was just a way of getting out and shooting something and still filmmaking when work had dried up. And as it's evolved and developed, I don't do it as much now just for kind of Pom5, it's practically only for the channel. To give you one example, I worked with Brian at Journeyman Handcrafts. He did me this amazing bushcraft bag. If you're into bushcraft or walking, hiking, traveling, anything like that, and love the kind of natural aesthetics, that's like of leather and wax canvas and things that kind of can take a beating and you suit the outdoors, but also have that sort of rustic kind of feel. There's something about them, they're just, oh, amazing. Brian is the man to go for and his team at Journeyman Handcrafts. So what I did is I made a documentary for this channel, I'll leave the link above, about me getting a custom bag built by him, and we did all kind of stuff with filming in loads of different places, filmed a bit of the process as well as him in the woods, and also that ended up being a kind of promo for his company as well. But I ended up with just a whole host of Caucasian bushcraft survival expert in woods doing X type footage. That's just one example, and that's how I personally use Pom5. But most importantly, you're here because you want to know how much I've earned. You can see from here, I've got 2,089 videos. When I did this last year, I know on the thumbnail, because I remember the thumbnail, 1,000 plus videos. This thumbnail is going to be 2,000 plus videos. Haven't made it yet, but that's what it's going to be. 2,000 plus videos. So I've added 1,000 in about a year. And how much have I made out of that? Spoiler alert, not loads. You can't earn a full-time wage off of just this unless you are lucky, but probably luck is like tagging properly, brilliant footage. It's also unique. It's really sought after, even though it's unique. And you've got maybe tens of thousands of clips. And probably you're on more than just Pom5. Now, I do have other videos where I delve into kind of why I use Pom5 and also how I use Pom5, but the kind of short answer in why I'm just on Pom5 is because they offer the best exclusive commission rates. So it's 60% out of a clip that I get on Pom5, nowhere else anywhere that I'm aware of. Comment down below if I'm wrong, because I'll change. But they offer the best rates if you're just on one site. At the moment, I do all my uploading and all my tagging and all kind of that stuff myself. I don't pay anyone else to do it because I don't have enough money to do that. and therefore it takes a lot of time, so I can only really warrant doing it to one site. Okay, so you ready? How much did I earn in my second year of being on Pom5? £956.97, which is $1,128.26. And more importantly, up to date, which is so June 2020, which is when I started, up until the end of November when I'm shooting this, 2022, I sold 93 different items. Quick side note, both of these include referrals, which I'll get into in a bit. And I have made $1,964.20. And that is £1,666.74. So I hear you ask, as I've been asking myself, how does this relate to the stats? As you can see, sales, $1,964.20 out of 93 downloads, which with that in mind, that's not too bad. 93 downloads and I've earned nearly $2,000 off 93 downloads. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Item page views, 17,171. Geez, 17171. That's weird. And artist page views, 1,691. Let's go through overall sales. As you can see, this is why I'm hoping this is a kind of honest opinion, an honest review. Hopefully, that arc should go like this, should shoot off upwards and skyrocket and me be earning loads of money all of a sudden. Which you can see in June to kind of October, not really much, and then it picked up, and then overall it looked like it was going up and down, but it was picking up here and there. And then I had this amazing month in January last year, which was $290 in that 1 month, and that was because they bought a batch of stuff. And then as you can see, we have like August, then it goes down, September, October, November, and it's back down to making $24. Last month I made $42 in the month. Okay, so let's look at the amount of items that have sold and see if, again, ideally, it's doing this. It's not. I mean, I suppose ish, because you've got kind of one clip, 9 clips all of a sudden, but then that 9 clips earned me $97. Whereas the best month was 4 clips and that earned me $290. I was wrong, it wasn't a batch, it was a batch as well as an upgrade of a license. On average, so let's go through these numbers, 9 a month, 2, 3, 3, 5, 5, up to 6, 1, 4, 3, 6. So if you think now, 2 years on, last month I sold 2 clips. Out of 2,000 clips I have online, I sold 2. That is it in a nutshell. You need tens of thousands to make anything. And then obviously creating tens of thousands of clips, is that worth it? One of the most important ones that I think for me that is a good correlation of kind of an honest review between views and whether views means sales. Here we are. Here is my item views. As you can see, when I first started, we're about 550 to 600, goes up to 800, over 1,000 in January of 2021, and then dips right down around 300, up again to 1,000, and then strangely 2004 in September this year. No idea why that is. What I have found, just like artist page views, which I will say quickly, this is what I want. This is what you want with sales. But this is because of this video that I'm doing right now. It's because of what I did last year and the other videos that I've done on Pom5. It's yourselves clicking on the referral link that will be down below and then going onto Pom5. Whether that's going just to have a look around, whether that's looking at my page, whether that's buying something, which if you are interested in learning about referrals, I'm going to do a video about that. So artist page views have gone up, but for an example here, 2,004 views in September this year. I made 3 sales for a grand total of $66.26. It just doesn't correlate. To give you a brilliant example of this, beautiful dusk sunset, hypnotizing cloudscape, time lapse from light to dark. It is as stock could get to me, but probably the example of why it hasn't sold is because it's stock, because it's obvious, it's a sunset. So many people have done that and seen it and got it, that it's probably available for free in loads of different places. So the things that might make people want to purchase is then that thing that makes it unique. Sunset over a particular city, building, landscape, whatever, that's the difference. But to give you an example, this has had 776 views in that 2 years. It has made nothing at all. Another example, second one, 644 views, no sales. Third one, 581 views, no sales. Fourth one, 405 views, no sales. Fifth, 101 views, no sales. It's not until we get to, what are we, 1, 2, 3, 4, my 10th most viewed clip, which has had 81 views, that's had 1 sale. So most things that have then had sales have had 30 views or less. What does that say to you? Comment below. Please tell me what you think you're learning from these stats and these things that I'm going over. But to me, it says that just views don't mean sales, and it's being unique that means sales. Quick insert for the Pom5 employees that are watching this. I know you're not watching this. Is that it'd be really cool to have statistics of uploads and upload consistency on whether that relates to sales and different things. But what would be cool is if to know, like, you know, you uploaded 300 clips in that month, and then to then be able to see, right, yeah, you pushed it out more, the algorithm pushes it out when you do more clips. Because in my research, that is exactly what the videos that I watched about being a contributor to Pom5, that's what they advised. Does that happen? I don't know. So that brings me to some of my top tips from you, from people who have left comments on the various videos that I've done about Pom5 and earning money off of stock footage, and comments and tips that I'm hoping that yourself watching this, whether you've watched the other videos or not, whether you've read the comments or not, you might get some, some advice from and might help you out. So first of all, this first one is from Charlie Budd. It says, I guess for me, perhaps it's not worth spending too much time away from client work to specifically make stuff. The reason I had that right at the start was because these first few are just like, hit the nail on the head of why I use Pom5. It's just, if you can get a bit of extra money out of it, brilliant. It is not a way of making a full-time wage. Next, Joel Fredrickson. You never know what will sell. I've sold a couple of clips of a rabbit in my yard eating a piece of grass at least 10 times over the years. As an example, quite a few people have got that. I've got an example like that. My top selling clip is something that's really random, and yeah, it's quite nicely shot, but to me, it's because it's specific. It's Fort Worth stockyards, so people who want a time lapse specifically of Fort Worth stockyards at sunset, there you are. They've got that thing, and that's why it's sold, I think, 5 or 6 times now, compared to things that have had 700 views and sold none. It's interesting to hear that I'm not alone in this, you know, that it's nice when I speak to yourselves. So please, like, I really appreciate the comments and interactions that I have with yourselves about this stuff, because it does feel sometimes like when you watch videos that people are just like, yeah, earn loads of money on stock footage, or earn money online with referrals and links and do this bits and pieces, and you can just sit back and earn a load of money and that's it. All you got to do is upload a thing and there we are. I don't know why I'm doing a crap American accent, because it's not Americans that say this. I'm getting sidetracked, sorry. Okay, so next comment was from a channel called Free 4K Stock Footage. They clearly know what they want to do and they're very targeted. Good on ya. I have a very similar experience in that the oddball clips end up selling, and the clips that I really thought had potential have tons of views but no sales. Average views for a sold clip are under 10 views. Another one from Mike Coleman Films. My strategy is to put any money from stock video into savings to pile up for a rainy day, lose my steady job, or cover life's emergencies. That is a great example and a great idea for something like this. This one is an expat in Korea. Would love to see more of creative approach to shooting stock and ideas for stock footage, preps and setups. Thank you. That is exactly what a project that I was looking to do, is basically go through the whole process of how I shoot, edit, plan, research before that, and then tag, upload, all of that kind of stuff, my full process of uploading to Pom5, and hopefully that is going to be entertaining. That's what I'm hoping from the video. I think I'm going to go a bit more all out than some of these ones, and hopefully educational to yourselves. Hopefully it's going to help out. Lastly, Jan says, do you track what you uploaded in an Excel file? I'm kind of lost to think of how it'd be best to do this as a workflow. There is loads of different ways of doing it. Basically, for me, it was the Excel spreadsheet way of doing it stood out because it was free. The main reason that I have used it is just to know which ones have sold and which haven't. And then if I have an issue down the line where it's saying, oh, something's wrong with this clip, I know the POM5 clip name, i.e. the item number, and then the name of the clip is in one file, so I can just search down for that one. But if there is anything else that you are interested or want me to delve into, whether that be with the process, whether that be with POM5 itself, uploading stock footage, whatever that might be, please comment down below, ask me some questions, give me some help, tips, anything. It'd all be really appreciated, as well as watching some of the other videos. Like I say, this channel isn't only about POM5. This is just one way that I make one of my many dirty little fingers in different pies to try and earn money on the homestead. So feel free, please go watch some of them, and if you want to subscribe. Most of all, I think if you watch this video, you might be interested in what my top 10 sales are. I was pretty surprised. Might not be as much of a surprise because you know the views don't mean sales, but if you are interested in what are my top 10 clips, because there definitely were some very unique ones in there and ones that it's like, wow, that's kind of changed how I'm going to potentially go about doing some of my other projects. Watch this video at the end, and thanks again everyone. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.